Okay, so on this brand new, after 5 months, the next episode. Yeah, you should put some Dr. Dre on there when we say next episode. Obviously, we've had one of the most interesting periods in Dubai real estate the last 5 months, a lot to navigate. So I wanted to get you back on and have a chat about how you managed to get through the past 5 months. And I also want to go through something. I'm going to surprise you with a couple of questions.
Okay.
Nothing to do with the hair.
I need a trim badly, to be fair. I know. Need a trim.
I'm fresh. This is freshly moisturized. So let's talk. I don't want to go into too many of the details of what happened. What I want to really talk about is when we had a turn in the market, which we did have for for about 60 days, 75 days, something like that.
Uncertainty,
2.5 months. How did you navigate it?
Personally, for me, I found it was a very strange period to sort of navigate through. But I think it was just being honest person helped me. I think mostly just being transparent with the seller or the buyer, understanding what issues need to be understood in terms of reflecting either party to the other. So if a buyer's got a problem with something that's happened, and explain that to the seller and see if there's a medium, or if not, it's just a case of sticking to the people that you're working for and doing the best job that you can for them in that time.
Sure, that's if you're on one side of the transaction. I think one of the key things that we realized was a lot of clients that bought in February, when the market was probably the best it's ever been, then seeing something happen to the market in March. And because of the uncertainty about what was going to happen, a lot of them were trying to pull out and trying to exit contracts, which is well within the right. Anybody can do whatever they want, but
which was new to me as well, because to be honest, I hadn't experienced that. I'd never experienced that in the 4 years I've been here. I think that transition period after transactions had happened, that's the first time where people have come up to me and been like, I don't think we're going to proceed, even though the format's been signed.
But I've been here 16 years and it was just not something I've ever seen before. So, if you think about, let's say we do 300 or 400 transactions a month. If we have one go bad because of one client can't proceed, it's at most it's one. But obviously crazy. In March, there's a lot of people asking a lot of questions, and you're like, where do we stand? So fast forward then to July. In fact, let's fast forward to June. June was the biggest month ever at the company. And July again was the biggest month ever at the company. What do you think are the reasons that we're able to get out of the other side of this period and come out on top?
I think the hard thing was normally, obviously, summer in Dubai as a real estate agent is not the best, really. That's just openly speaking from my secondary market experience. But I think what happened was when the thing happened.
It's funny that
when the thing happened, that's what we phrased there.
Don't make eye contact with her and we can't talk about it. And I get it, right? Because it's a sensitive subject and it's not something I do want to talk about at all. But the thing happened.
When that happened, I think a lot of people left the country. Just honestly, a lot of people had thought, you know what, I'm going to make myself, wherever I feel comfortable, I'm going to go. So that happened. And I think normally June, July, August is quite slow in secondary. But I feel because they had them sort of 60 days in that period, they've come back early instead of having that whole period. So I think June and July has picked up, whereas March and April might not have been what it was normally.
So if you zoom out over a 12-month period, we've just had our March and April
early, and then that was our summer. Don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of people out now until end of August as normal, but I think a majority of them took that time instead of this time.
That makes sense.
And
one of the biggest things people were saying is they think we're going into a buyer's market. So we were expecting to go May, June, July, a buyer's market, meaning buyers are able to get themselves the price they want. They're able to tell sellers to drop, and we just, it's not been the case.
I don't think it has. I mean, everyone's got the buyers that want deals, they want this, they want that, but quite honestly speaking, I think there was one or two in ranches that you probably could have nicked at the right time. But
is that not the case all the time?
It is. I mean, we've had the meetings anyway, as you've discussed. It's like in Dubai, you'll very rarely get full asking. 99% of the time, you're 100k, 200k.
There's a bit of wiggle.
There's always some sort of wiggle. And what you'd see is some sellers that were in the need to sell would lower the price online to a point where it wasn't an amazing deal. But it was slightly under what everyone else was because they were the most serious to sell. So they'd still take 100k under that and be like, okay, well, I've got what I wanted, even though it was a quick sale. I might not have got what I wanted in the long term, but it was something that they would accept and took away. But then other sellers that weren't desperate are just holding on price, which they still are now.
And that's the case right now?
Right now,
Right. So the first 2 weeks of August, you would say it's the period of the year where most people are away.
Yeah.
Summer holidays for the kids. Most people have travelled. That's just where we are. So if it's the lowest demand period of the year, you would expect sellers to be most flexible.
Yeah.
But they're
not. I mean, look, I at the Post 4 times this month openly, which was tough for me. Again, that's something I don't experience all the time. But the same buyer I've been with for 2 months now, I literally bring him up and I'm like, I'm literally his husband at this point, or his wife, whatever I want to be.
But that haircut, I reckon it's probably wife at the minute.
Yeah, I'll take it. But like, we're on that sort of, we built that rapport. So I know that I'm comfortable in saying that he's going to close with me, him and his wife.
Yep.
But we've had 4 offers out and I'm talking 200k under asking and the seller's just not budging.
Yep.
We've had it 4 times. And for me, it's something new that I'm trying to learn. Obviously, I've overcome it and there's other people that I'm working with, but it's like four different villas with the same client. It's hard because you start thinking to yourself, well, does he think I'm not doing what I need to do right?
Yeah.
But it's just not the case. Like everything I've done right and I've done well, but it's when there's other agents involved, you can't
dictate how they behave on the sell side.
So that's one thing that I've learned recently that I've struggled with, to be honest, is I'm good at having both sides because I can control the whole situation. But when I've got the buyer and I'm relying on the seller's agent to deliver something that the way it needs to be done, it just doesn't seem to get done
the way you would.
Yeah.
So whether it's right or wrong is negligible. But the way you operate, if you don't have both sides, it's a tougher negotiation.
Yeah.
And that's the case with a lot of top agents, because the expectations you have on yourself, it would be silly to have the same expectations on somebody else. If they don't perform at a similar level to you, it's not reasonable to have them expectations.
Yeah.
So you've got your finger firmly on the pulse. What do you think the next couple of months looks like in Dubai real estate?
I think September's going to be a big change. I mean, there's just the uncertainty period is still, it's minor, but it's still there. Some people are still having question marks of what's coming, what is, and then you've got the other people that are skeptical on the 18-year cycle, which is obviously 2027, which I think 2021 was the last crash in the market.
2000,
sorry, yeah.
No, we had one in 2000. The last big one really was 2007, 2008, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we're like 19 years ago, yeah.
So they're saying that 18 years. Like, there's a couple of people that have actually said that to me and I didn't understand. I obviously understood what they were talking about, but then I'd done some research and it was like, every 18 years something happens where... Yeah. But again, there's the other side of that, whereas if it doesn't, you're going to be paying a premium.
But you've missed out, haven't you?
Yeah.
So you're just making a bet on the market doing something, and your bet is, not you, but their bet is that it's a negative. Something to consider is if you've consistently had offers not too far off asking price and the sellers are saying, no, I'll wait, that's a big indication on what the market's going to do.
Yeah.
Because for prices to drop, people have to agree to a below market deal. Like that's just logic, right? We've gone through this in the training sessions many times where we say, well, if 10 properties sell this month, 6 of them need to sell below market average for prices to drop.
Yeah.
Because then more properties are selling below market than they are above or at, and that would be an indication that prices should be dropping, but they're not.
No.
And sellers are not just not dropping the price. They're like, if anything, I'll just pull it and put the price up because in September they go up.
A lot of the time, August now is I've had 3 people just be like, look, we're going to leave it for now for the rest of August, so it sort of disappears off the market for a few weeks, and then we'll re-enter it in the first week of September
at a higher price.
At a higher price. So it's they would have done the deal obviously earlier in August or July, but the fact it hadn't sold, they're like, right, we're going to take it down, reevaluate, put a few quid on it, and then relist it in September to try and get a higher exit.
What's the logic between prices increasing in September?
I think just the amount of people that come back to the country from, like you say, summer breaks, and if we get a more of an influx of people that are moving to Dubai, because as we're aware, I mean, Dubai just keeps pushing out and out and out, right? And then to live in a prime area, it's going to cost you a small fortune, basically.
But then if you think about it, what we're saying is the reason prices increase in September normally is because there's more people. More people means more demand.
Yeah.
So if there's more people all going for, let's say there's 10 properties for sale and there's one buyer, that buyer will lowball and get the best deal. If there's 10 properties and 100 buyers, then it's whoever's willing to pay the right price as fast as possible.
Get the unit,
And that's the difference normally between August and September.
Because not a lot right now is on the market because everyone seems to, like, a few people are taking it off, a few people leaving it on, but you're right. I think September there's going to be a lot more buyers and then there's going to be less to go at in terms of what is available.
Yeah, which is low supply.
Yeah, so I think the prices will slightly increase and we'll hopefully go back to the momentum we had just before at the beginning of the year, because I always feel like the end of the year beginning is the best. Q4, Q1, busiest times. So I think that is probably my understanding of where it is. But again, like when it comes to buyers and sellers asking me questions, I'm I'm just a person, right? So I'm just giving I'm not Mystic Meg. I can't tell you if it's going to do this.
Those who don't know Mystic Meg was, she used to be on before the lottery every Saturday, and she'd be living this little thing, and she'd try and guess the future.
Literally. Oh no, it's crazy.
Mystic Meg. Never thought she'd be mentioned again.
But yeah, that's my turn. Like, I'm not one of them agents that likes to. Can I swear on it? Yeah, I don't like to. Basically, I wouldn't lie to you to try and get something back from you. I'm just honest. Like, if I think something's going to happen, I'll say it. If I don't, I don't.
But nobody knows what's going to happen.
No one,
because nobody predicted what happened this year. It was, you know what I mean. But
I tell you, as well.
I also tell you this: nobody expected us to come out the other side as fast and as hard as we did. Because right now we're all-time high June, all-time high July. So that tells us we're better than we were in February, and what's a slower period of the year. So if you were the target audience for this is people either already in real estate, people looking to buy or sell, hopefully for you, in Arabian Ranches, or people looking to get into real estate. So a lot of our new recruits watch this, and just a lot of people in general who are thinking about getting into real estate. What's the piece of advice you would give to somebody now if they were coming into this market and you were to say, right, this is the one thing you need to do that will help you have the better chance of success?
My thing, I mean, people judge me when I say this, but when I get some people in my team, or if I can help someone in real estate that's starting, it would be pick an area, and in that area pick a sub-community and master that sub-community before you try and attack the whole area, if you know what I mean. So like in ranches, you'd have a townhouse community called Al Reem or Palmyra. It would be to master one of them smaller sub-communities before you think you can do the whole of the area.
Yeah. How many villas are there in Arabian Ranches?
2,500.
You can't do all of them, right?
No, and
from day one.
In Sahil alone, you've got like 10 different types of villa, ranging from 3, 4, 5 beds. So it's like
10 types.
Yeah, so there's so many different variables, and that's just one sub community. So in Al Reem, you've got 8 types.
Yeah.
So do you know what I mean? There's so much to learn, and I feel so many people come here that are new and just think, right, I'm going to do the Palm, for example, but then the Palm's huge,
it's
right?
Massive.
So it's like you can't.
How did you do the Palm?
This is what I mean. I guess I've never done apartments, but I guess do you pick a building and just hit that one building, or?
Because if you from when you get onto the Palm to going to Anantara, it's 25 minutes away.
I know, it's crazy.
And so one area doesn't have a 25-minute drive in between it. It's literally like driving from our office to Ranches. So you don't cover that period.
And I think that is one thing I've noticed with my time in real estate when I see people come in, is they'll try and just do an area and I just see them all over the place.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, like they're I'm speaking to someone here, someone here, someone there, and then they don't ever get...
They're a master of nothing.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like it's so important to have that knowledge that when you are on a viewing, you actually back yourself. Because the amount of viewings I've done with agents recently, and there's no clue. And I know some buyers, you gauge them and you either just open the door because they just want to see the villa, or they'll ask you questions. But if you haven't got the answers, like,
you knackered on it.
You just look like a bit of a fool.
Yeah, you do.
And it's sad. It's not sad to see, but it's like, if you're doing that area, you want to be given...
Should be like amazing, because sometimes you're amazing in one area and you bring your client into a different area where you're not good.
Yeah.
So you rely on the listing agent to support the product knowledge.
To know what you're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You've been with us now 8 months.
12th of January.
Oh, so 8 months in 2 days.
Yes.
What do you think we get right here? What do you think is something what you've not seen somewhere else?
I always say it about Huspy, and it's the office floor. Like, everyone is just so... I'm not going to say welcoming because that's not the right word, but it's such a good community.
It is, isn't it?
Everyone backs everyone. There's no... I've been at companies before, we all have, where there's like a group and there's none of that goes on. Yeah, nothing goes on. Everyone's just... I mean, you see the rentals guys coming over to the sales guys rentals, you've got admin staff, like everyone just gets some of it, receptionists,
everyone gets
coffee, like...
And that's a tough gig, you know, we got 330, as of today, when you're watching this, 330 people.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The company. And it's a bold statement saying everyone gets on, because there'll be people you haven't met, but everyone that interacts in the same office all gets on really well.
Yeah, I think that's probably the major benefit for me, because you just feel comfortable. And when you feel comfortable and you're in an environment where you feel like you can excel, you feel like you've got the full force of something backing you. Whereas other places, there might be people like, not pulling you back, but being like, oh God, look, he's at it again. But no, that is one of my main things. I think when I was looking at companies before I interviewed here, until I met you, my mind wasn't made up. But the second I met you, it was like there was a...
We do things a bit different though, don't we?
Yeah.
We are different. The way we operate, like I tell everybody this, like I haven't got an office.
Yeah. That is one of the major things. My last podcast was that as well. It's the fact that you're on the floor accessible. You're floating about with everyone. It's not like you're on a pedestal in an office where we have to approach you and like hogs in there. Like
it's nonsense, though, isn't it?
But
you know why?
Because
it
happens, bro.
We're all like, what did we all do? We all sat in the, whatever part of the world. From me and you was in the UK, and we said, let's go and have a go in Dubai.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly,
nobody in school wanted to do Dubai real estate because it wasn't a thing in school.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Like it was just wasn't an option. So we've all like gone, right, let's go and have a go together at some point.
So we're all like,
So we're all just sat on the same level.
Yeah.
All you want is to sell a load of houses, and all I want is you to sell a load of houses. So like if we're, and that's why the floor I think feels like a bit of a close-knit team, even though there's hundreds of people, is because we all just want the same thing.
And I think, again, that's another thing that people love. Like even today, after the little discussion we had in the meeting room, it's like they're not these bulky emails like, right, come and meet this at this time. It's like you just like, I've been thinking about this. Like you lot jump in here.
Do a quick training session.
Off the cuff. And I think people just relate to that normality instead of having structured, get in here at this time.
Well,
if you know
structured training is some of the worst training you can ever get, unless you're on your first 6 months in real estate. I think you do need some structured stuff where it's like this is how you do all the things.
Yeah.
When you're an experienced like top agent, sometimes because I don't stop over the weekend, I'll just be like, I wonder how to solve this problem.
Yeah.
That might be coming up, and then we solve the problem. So I grab everybody in a room and I'm like, why don't we try this pitch?
Yeah, try that. Yeah.
And even if it's this morning's analogy. Fisherman.
But it's so good, true. It's so true. Like the way that it's explained, there's no...
Just makes so much sense, doesn't it?
And to be honest, even though you said maybe not use it, I probably would. Yeah, use that. Yeah, literally.
We do loads of little bits like that. I think that's important, isn't it?
I think it is, definitely.
I think going into the next phase now, you're currently sat as number 2 at the company.
Yeah.
And when we last did this, you were number...
Record-breaking month, I think. Was I number 1? Was I? Yeah.
You were number 1. And now it's just...
Summer's hard.
Just summer's got you on your number 2.
To be fair, mate, he's flying to off plan, but it's every summer for me in Dubai it's always July and August. It's not me not at my best. It's just the market's harder to crack and there's fewer leads. I mean, I speak to people at different companies, and as much as you'll see people doing well, unfortunately, it's not the case with every.
And that is very common in Dubai real estate.
Yeah.
Instagram versus reality is very interesting.
Definitely different. Yeah.
And we don't have any, like, over here, it's very much a case of this is what we've done. If we haven't done it, we're not really talking about it.
We're not going to shout about it,
We'll do this again towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
Where will you be on the board then? Do you think you'll be number 1?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Oh.
No, because if I'm not, I look like a trick, can I?
Oh my God.
To be fair, like I'm very happy. I'm having the best year I've had, so best 6 months I've had so far in real estate in the last 4 years. And I think if I can end the year from September to December how I started,
are you having the rest of this month off to August?
Yeah.
Just call it a day.
No, I like to be at work, and I think that's something as well. A lot of agents that I know as well in different companies, they don't go to the office, but for me personally, I need to be in.
That's something we find here. There's them agents, because I actually really enjoy bringing them agents into the business. The ones who say I don't really need the office, I don't need training, don't need support. I just want like a nice CRM and a bit of admin, and then they come into the business and they're here every day. Every day. Some of them first year, last out. Why? Because it's sound behavior.
Yeah, it's so chill.
And then there's value. So there's things like today where we go, right, jump in here, let's do a quick training session. Or each day there's some form of value which is not forced.
Yeah.
Someone like at your level who does extremely well, I give you a hard time because I love you. And I genuinely do it because I love you. But you're brilliant at your job.
Yeah.
You don't want me on your arse saying, Scott, you haven't, or Luke, depends on what mood I'm in. I call you Luke sometimes. I say, Scott, you haven't called your leads. Do you know what I mean? Where does that get me and you? In terms of then you approaching me at any time for help on something, and you say, that's not even so much help, it's sounding off. You might call me and be like, what do you reckon on this offer?
Yeah.
If I've been smacking your arse all week saying you haven't called this one lead, you never call me to ask me for help.
I think that's a major thing as well. And again, from about the other brokers that are like, I don't need to be, I just need a CRM. It's like they'll come in and see how open it is. Whereas other companies, it's not like that. Like there is that click. There's different things they don't like. But when you come here, it's just no one cares.
Yeah, there's a lad on the floor now, and he comes over. Was it on Thursday? I'll get him on this because he's brilliant. I won't name him yet, but he came over and he was like, "Do you mind if I just shoot out and do a viewing?" I was like, "What do you mean, mate? Do a mad if you go?" He's like, "No, like we have to ask. Are we allowed to do this?" And I was like, "What? Mate, you don't have to ask me.
That's crazy.
Go
and do it. Yeah.
Do a viewing, mate. Like that is your job. That is the one thing you need to do."
Crazy, isn't it?
And I think that was like a big eye opener. He sat and he was like, "So I can just go?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's gonna be fine, mate.
Welcome to real estate." Literally,
you go and make some money if you go on some viewings."
It's mad when you think about people that must have been in a situation where they have to ask to leave the office to do a viewing. It's just like,
well, that's the bit that makes you the money.
I know, but imagine having to ask to leave the office. I mean, look, I haven't been at a company where it's like that.
Yeah.
But
it's just interesting, isn't it?
Yeah,
and
different.
There's no right way to do this job, by the way. There's companies who operate a really tight ship that are super strict on this type of stuff, and they still do extremely well.
Yeah,
it's just not how we work. We're not saying we're better than them, because
for sure.
I don't believe we're better in many places. We're just better for some people.
Yeah,
because there's no right way to do things.
Yeah.
We've built the right way to do things for high-performing agents. That's why loads of them are joining us, is because we're quite well-structured in a place where agents who are billing, like 3 to 12 million dirham have a specific set of requirements, and we match them.
Yeah.
Agents that are billing 1 to 3, we've got a set of features at the business that really suit them.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that's the difference. Some companies have just got, I would never speak bad of a company. I think they're all great in Dubai, but to be honest, some companies have one way of doing things. We're just, our target is to be number one. And I've got no doubt that, we're going to challenge for that spot pretty soon.
Definitely. I mean, we're developing and growing as month on month on, really.
It's unbelievable.
Like everyone's just a lot of people we've had recently have very good agents as well.
You know what the funny thing is? If you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen this. If you don't follow me, start today. Do a thing there for me.
Right now.
Yeah, just click that. I get the benefit every month of saying this one thing, all-time high.
Yeah.
And we should be doing an all-time high every month. Why? Because we're getting better every month. We're recruiting great agents every month. We're doing all of the things that produce more revenue.
Yeah. No, it's great.
Every month I get to do a post saying all-time high, and it looks amazing.
It does.
Doesn't it?
It does look great.
The truth is, we are doing it every month, but we should, because we're in massive growth
We've got
phase.
that agents as well now that we can excel and just push.
Yeah.
And I think even having obviously a few of my pals have now joined as well, but it's lovely to be able to tell them how much I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Because they know that I won't lie to them.
Yeah.
If I'm not enjoying something, I'll be like, listen,
don't bother.
It's
one of our number one recruitment lead sources is internal referrals. Because people are happy.
Yeah, it makes
nice,
sense. I mean, I love it. I mean, I grew up with this kid as well, not kid, but he's my mate.
So you're saying you're happy at number 2? Is that what you just said?
No.
That's what it sounded like.
No, I mean,
it did sound like that, didn't it? It did.
I'll be number 1 by the end of the year. But you've got some monsters in, like you just said. John, if he drops something,
he only needs one good month.
Yeah, we're gone.
One good month.
I'm out of the question then. I'll take first.
To be number 1 at the business, you need to do 1 million dirham. Last month it was 1.4.
Yeah.
This month I think you're going to need to do 2 mil to be number 1.
Yeah.
And that's good. Do you know what I mean? From a company our size, if we can have consistently many people billing 500, many people doing 1 mil, you don't get many doing 2 mil, but if you get a good handful every single month doing these types of figures,
you fly. By the end of the year, it's just
it's a beast, isn't it?
And I think, again, that's another thing that attracts people that are looking at Huspy is like the Instagram post that Huspy are doing about opening here and opening Ibiza and Italy. And it just gives you a bit of freedom, because if you are doing off-plan like somebody, they can work wherever they want.
Well, we did an off-plan roadshow in Ibiza, didn't we? 6 weeks ago or something. Massive success.
Didn't get a call up for that.
No, neither did I, to be honest.
Did you not?
No.
I thought you said.
I arranged it and didn't even go. But we send agents from here, One of them is from Ibiza. To be fair, Lisa, she's brilliant.
Yeah.
Went over to Ibiza, did a roadshow. Why? Because she was going home to see family and said, I think there's a bit of demand in Ibiza for Dubai property. And I was like, go to our office and do a roadshow. We did it. It was a massive success.
Yeah,
that's not easy to do at other places, but because of our global reach, it's amazing.
Yeah, that's why I think we should do Vegas, because obviously we've got Wynn Casino and Rack coming up.
Oh, yeah, so it's just purely logical that we just do a Vegas trip.
Just makes sense. Yeah. Wynn Casino. Like,
so you make a deal with it. If you're number one at the end of the year and this is recorded, you can take me to Vegas if you want.
All right, that's a deal. I'll do that. I've never been. I said before we started this, I've never been to America or Ibiza.
Oh, that's an easier flight, that one.
Yeah, it's probably a lot easier, isn't it?
One last thing, last piece of advice for other agents right now that have been here for a while, that aren't seeing the same success that we've managed to see coming out the other side of this period. What's the thing that you think is going to set you aside from the market over this next quarter? Other than being honest with your clients, what do you need?
Drive.
Yeah.
Consistency. It's not an easy place. Like, a lot of people have come now, and a lot of people that have been here for a few months of what happened, a lot of brokers, I think, left.
Yep.
And I think should have made it slightly easier for the people that have been here a little while, because you haven't got all the newbies ringing up your sellers going, But it's how to manage that situation, I think, and how well do you actually know the people you're selling their villa for?
So it's all about the relationships you're building.
I believe so, personally, is I'll try and build a rapport. And like, even when I'm going out doing these true checks of AU, half of the time I'm gone half the day. Because I'm sitting in having a coffee, I'm having a coffee, having a chat. Whereas a lot of people are just like, in bang, going out.
Don't get out.
And that is, I think, what will separate long term.
Yeah.
Because if you build that relationship with that seller, as if you said as well, like, what's his plan? You're selling his villa. Where's he going?
Yeah.
Like, can you help with that? Are you helping with this? When the buyer buys that, how long are they going to be there? You check in. Yeah. And I think that consistency it's worth its weight in gold. Consistency relationships. If I sold you a villa today, if I checked in with you every 3 to 6 months, said, how you getting on, mate? Just checking in, everything all good. Who are you going to go to when you want to sell? It's what you say, And that's I think so many people are quick to do a deal and then just forget about who bought and who sold.
Yeah.
When really they're the people that gave you that opportunity to earn that money.
Yeah.
And you just don't care anymore. And I think that is something that gets looked on majorly. The amount of people that I've known that have just done a deal, never spoke to them again, I'm like, it's crazy.
Yeah. So this is number 2 at the business.
Soon to be number 3. No, I'm joking. No.
If you're going to take advice from anyone, make sure it's number 1.
Number 1. Yeah. He can't be here today. So
unfortunately, he's busy at the moment. So we've got number 2.
Number 2.
Number 1 at the end of the year.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Number 1 secondary, to be fair. You are number 1 secondary at the moment.
Number 1 for CEO is broker anyway. No matter what I bill.
If I give an award out, I'm giving it to Jamal, man. I don't know.
Yeah, but he's not a broker.
He's some more than you.
Got a better golf swing and all by the looks of it.
End of the year, we'll revisit this. You're positive on what the next 3 or 4 months looks like?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think it looks great. I think it's going to just keep going. I mean, we were at a stage though where it was getting a bit toppy. Like, the market was getting a bit very toppy and it needed something. Unfortunately, the thing happened, which is unfortunate in every respect, but it did need some correction.
And that has fueled it, and now it's a touch more sensible, a little bit more sideways.
So it's getting to a point where you're like, who's paying £1 million for a townhouse? No, 2 million quid.
Yeah.
It's getting to nearly 10 mil. Yeah. And that's one last thing is what I've noticed is right now is people are either buying the lowest entry or the highest. That gap in between is very...
I mean, like, we're selling stuff for 50 million dirham quite easily.
Yeah. And then
20 million dirham penthouses quite easily.
But it's that stuff in between, like the 5 to 12 mil stuff. It seems harder to sell than that.
The reason it's harder is when they've sold it, the supply for that seller, where they move next, just all available.
I know.
So it's like, I can, I bought it for 7, I can sell it for 12. That's brilliant.
But then
what do I put me 12 into?
And this is the question I was having a lot at the beginning of the year. All right, cool, I can get that for it, and I bought it for X. But then if I move here, I might save myself $1 million dirham, but I'm just further out of Dubai.
And I'm buying probably at the top.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, number 2. I really appreciate your time. This is Scott.
Only because you're number 1.
Oh, lovely. If you're looking to buy or sell in Arabian Ranches, Scott is actually number 1 rated real estate agent in the whole of Arabian Ranches.
Yeah.
And if you're looking to join Huspy, if you're interested in any more information about joining Huspy, don't reach out to me, reach out to Scott. He'd be glad to tell you what it's like to work here, as will anybody else at the business. Thank you so much. That's Pleasure. A wrap. Is that one of them?
Pleasure.
Are we doing a high five?
Oh, no.
That was a crocodile.
That was dead. I was going in between.
Isn't that's it.
That's
All
it.
the best, Mark.
Scott.